Hello there, welcome back to Film and the Boys. It's time for our weekly catch-up. It's Wednesday and this is what we do. How's your week going? Good, I hope. Mine has sucked. And it's only Wednesday. So my week's been crap. It really has. So Monday I came home from work and my wife said, something wrong with the oven. And I was like, okay, what? Whole thing just dead. There was like, we got electric. There was like just no power going to it at all, right? So I'm like, okay, well, it's probably tripped. Check the switches. Nah, it hasn't tripped. I'm like, okay, that's weird. Check the socket. And it works. So plug something into the socket. It works fine. I'm like, okay, so it's not that. So I don't know. That's pretty much as much as I'm going to mess around with electric. So we had to get an electrician out to fix it. Turns out that the socket itself, the wires are just gone. They're fried. So we had to get that fixed. So that was expense didn't want. Nuisance didn't want. That's how my week started. And I thought, well, I could only get better. Yeah, not so much. So Tuesday I'll come in from work. And that was the thing as well. So Monday, plan was, I'd do some dolls house. That'd be good. Yeah, never got to because I was messing around with that. So Tuesday I thought, it's okay. When I get in from wrestling, I can come and do some dolls house. That'd be good. So Tuesday I come in. My wife goes, TV's broke. I'm like, ah. So, yeah, TV's broke. Now, in all fairness, the TV was old, and we kind of saw it coming, but that doesn't stop it from being less of a nuisance, you know? And what really stings about this one is it was a 3D TV, and they don't make them anymore. So I'm kind of like, that's a shame. We can still got away to watch 3D films, but I'm just a bit pissed off. So, yeah, that sucked. And it's just been rough. It's just been a sucky week, man. But you know what? This too shall pass, so it'll be all right. I've built 106 of the doll's house, so that's done. Did it before I started this. Now it's just buffering and doing its thing. So that should be up tonight. If not, it'll be up tomorrow morning. Yeah, that's what we've got going on. We did build Space Panda. You can see Space Panda. There he is. Can you see Space Panda? He is just here. That's Space Panda. So that's Space Panda. He's so all of me hands. That's Space Panda. He's up on the channel now. He is from JM Bricklayer, and I love him. I think he is absolutely fantastic. This is the weird thing, right? So I got contacted by JM Bricklayer, asking if I'd like to build that one. And I was like, yeah, go on, right? Because I thought it's different, but I wasn't convinced. I thought it was a little bit too weird. I thought it was a little bit too, I don't know, it's a bit too out there. He wasn't particularly my style, and I thought just because he's not my style doesn't mean someone else won't like him. So I said, yeah, no, go on, I'll do it. And I sat down to build it, and I just thought, this is going to be weird. This is just going to be odd. And you can tell from the video at the beginning, I'm kind of like, oh, it's different. I love it so much. This is the most ridiculous thing. I think he is absolutely fantastic. He's going to work with me. I haven't taken him yet, obviously, but he is going to work with me. I've enjoyed it so much. It was such a fun build. He's solid. He looks great. But it's a weird one. I just really enjoyed it. I really did. The video of that is up on the channel, which you can go and watch. And I do have an exclusive code on there where you can get an extra 15% off. So it brings them down, for the UK, it brings them down to about £37, which is a bargain. Because it's an 850 piece model. It's fun, trust me. Go check the video out. It's fun. And it has actually boosted my confidence in the next one I'm building. So I've got another one from JM Bricklayer, which this one really is out there, right? Because there's no getting around it. It's a Christmas model. I've got a JM Bricklayer model coming. It's a Christmas model. But it does something else. So it does something. I'm kind of, that's interesting. But that will be up on the 18th, which is Monday, I believe. So that will be up on the channel on the 18th. That's when it launches. So I've kind of agreed that I'll keep my gob shut until then. But it's nice. I'm looking forward to building. Now I've built that one, I'm actually looking forward to building this one because I'm thinking, you know what? And even though traditionally it's going to be a Christmas model, there's something that can be said for buying your Christmas models early, because I do this every year, right? I see these models start appearing around about Christmas that I think, oh, I'd like that. But I don't want it for Christmas, right? Because it's over at that point. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of, I tell you what I get a lot of, right? I get bought a lot of cookbooks at Christmas. And I typically get like a Christmas cookbook, which is lovely, But I'd rather have had the Christmas cookbook for my birthday in July, if that makes sense. Because then you can look at it and go, right, okay, now that's what I want to do for Christmas Day. And you can buy the ingredients and be ready. You get it for Christmas Day and you see something that you could have made for Christmas dinner. It's a year till you could do it unless you happen to have the ingredients in the house. So I think there's something to be said for buying your Christmas models early doors. And I've done that now. So that I've bought a couple of models for Halloween this year. I've already bought them. I'm not built. I'm not going to tell you what they are, but I've bought some for Halloween, because if you wait until October, they all sell out. The price goes up. You buy a Halloween model in March, costs you nothing. You buy a Christmas model now, costs you very little. You try and get one at Christmas, they sell out. It's like people try and buy the Home Alone house. The Home Alone Lego house typically sells out around about November, December time when people want to build it, and it's too late. If you bought it in summer, you'd be all right. So it's that. So it is a Christmas thing, but I'm looking past that, and I'm hoping I'm going to enjoy it. I think I'm going to enjoy it. I've got 2 more coming from friends over at Fanhome. So I have got the farm shop coming up. It's lovely. It's really nice. I've seen they've sent me images of it, and it's really nice. I've got a very blurry image I can share with you, but this is it. So that's the farm shop. It's the interior is gorgeous, and this is something where, again, with Funhole, they've come into their own. So you can see how far they've come with interiors. The interiors are really basic in the early models, but now they're superb. It's got a little fridge that lights up. It's gorgeous. It's really nice. And I've got another one coming from them. So that one turns up tomorrow. That's due to be delivered tomorrow. I've been tracking it. That's arriving here tomorrow. So I don't know, because I'll go into why that might not make it to the channel this weekend. I've also got another one coming from them as well, which I've got to keep my mouth shut about again, because again, it's one of these things where it's like, we haven't launched it yet. You don't be telling the whole world about it. It's okay, fine. So there's another one coming from those. I've also had shipping notifications of Tumblr, Titanic, and Lancaster. So I've got 12 model parts turning up. No, I've got one that. I've got 14 model parts turning up on Saturday. I'm like, bloody hell. So that's quite the slate. So it's feast or famine, man. I get like nothing turns up, that it all turns up at once. You're like, Jesus. So that's a lot of stuff. Now, fortunately, Titanic is simple as this month. It's really easy because it's 4 parts of the hull. And I've seen the first part, and it involves 1 screw. That's it, right? I'm like, okay, well, that's going to be easy and quick. And it looks like it's just a mirror. So Titanic's going to be simple. Titanic will be done when it gets here. It will complete the hull, kind of. We got a little bit of to go on the back for the rudder. And then we got to put the props in as well. So the propeller housing's got to go on there as well. But the actual hull itself is pretty much complete with the next delivery. With Lancaster, we're really far behind. I find this quite strange. Subscribers are mad far behind, because I think 11 or 12 has just been released, and what we're about to receive only takes up to 10, which is actually quite far behind on the news agents. But yeah, I'm alright with that. But we're doing more detailing of the navigator instruments. We're doing the fold down chair and a few bits and pieces of that. I've still got issue 6 of the Lancaster to upload. I just haven't got around to editing. It's built, I just haven't got around to editing it. And I didn't find it that bad. Again, this is one of those things a lot of people go, oh God, this thing's a nightmare. And I'm like, I don't know, I didn't find it that bad. My eyes are terrible. It's small work. I mean, this is the problem with the Lancaster, or, you know, the benefit of the Lancaster, because it's so detailed. The parts are tiny. They are tiny for the inside of the cockpit, which is unusual for a Partwork kit. Partworks are normally very bolt and screw, bolt screw clip. Whereas this is more like a traditional Airfix at this stage. So I think for the detailing that's going into the cockpit, naturally, it's going to have that kind of Airfixy vibe to it, where it's very sprue and glue. Whereas once that's done, I can see it just going pure Partwork, where I would imagine we're going to make a frame for the wings. We're going to screw the panels onto the wings, and it's going to become very traditional Partwork. And then over with the tumbler, so I know with the tumbler we're doing the firewall. That looks actually quite nice. So the fire resistant bulkhead goes on. That's quite nice. Where we put the oxygen tanks on the back of it, the nitrogen tanks. That looks good. We have some pieces to put onto the nose cone. We have the floor to attach the nose cone. We start building the rolling chassis. So by the end of this one, by the end of these 6, we should have the actual frame itself bolted together. So the side panels should go on the rear wall as well. So we should have all of that. I don't think we put in fact, I'm pretty 90% certain we don't put the cabin in yet, but I think we build the frame. I might be wrong. I might put the cabin in as well, but I don't think we would because there's still parts to attach to the cabin. So I think that would be jumping the gun a little bit. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see when it gets here. But I'm looking forward to that. So it should, one would hope, ease people's minds about the tumbler, because there's been a lot of complaint about the tumbler about we're not doing enough. And I showed you in the last one, I mocked it up and showed you just how much we've built. We've built loads of tumbler just because you haven't got one complete piece. We've built a lot. When you put it all together, you're like, oh Christ, that is actually, it's a hefty unit. It really is. But we are coming up to the halfway mark, so it's a 120 part build, and we're going to finish this month on part 58. So I mean, we are only 2 off the halfway mark. We're probably at the halfway mark. I mean, again, if you take out the kind of nothing issues, because I would imagine we're going to make a second one of those Lazy Susans at some point, if they're what I think they're for. That is still a bloody mystery to me. The little, I've got it right here. We built this for the tumbler. So if you've not been watching the tumbler, we built this. We built this quite early on. This is a Lazy Susan, like what you get in restaurants and tables. It's a rotating disc. Now, I've already built one of these. I built one of these for my man Iron Man over here. On the premium stand of him, there's one of these that goes on the bottom. It's exactly the same construction. There is no difference between the two. The main difference being is I got all of the parts to build this in one issue with Iron Man, whereas with Tumbler, this came in 2 parts. Sneaky. But I don't know what this is for. Now, originally I thought this is going to sit underneath the car, so you can rotate the car. No, because the clearance from the bottom of the car is massive. There's a lot of clearance, so this could never sit on it. So I'm thinking, do the wheels sit on these so they can? I don't know, right? So I don't know what this is for. I swear to God, if we get to the end of it, if we get to the end of that model and we use this for nothing, Hachette are going to be getting the wrath of Scott, because I'm going to want the money back for this. I swear to God, if this does nothing, I can't see why it would, but if this does nothing, I want 2 issues worth of money back from them for this. Okay, but we'll see. But I just, for the life of me, I cannot figure out what this is for, because it just calls it the turntable. It doesn't say that it's for this. I cannot figure out where this goes. I just can't. The only thing I can think of, as I said, because it's got such heavy wheels and the weight of the thing's going to be immense, I could see the wheels sitting on it so they can turn and not chew the gears up. But other than that, not a clue. Not a clue. Don't have an idea. Couldn't tell you. But we'll see. Unless maybe something bolts to the underside of the car and sits down on this. And it gives the car a little bit of lift. Don't know. We'll see, won't we? Be fun finding out. But that's what's coming up with those. So all of those coming up on Saturday. Now, I would like nothing more than to sit eagerly by the door in my Building with the Boys jammies, waiting for the postie to arrive, grab the box off him, run upstairs like a child, close the door behind me, and sit here all day building those models. But I can't because I've got a jam-packed weekend this weekend in the best possible way. So Oscar is making his in-ring debut. My eldest son Oscar is making his in-ring debut for EVW Juniors Academy. So very excited to see that. We're also really excited. Handsome Jack Heartthrob is fighting for the EVW Juniors Academy Championship title. It's going to be fun. I mean, we've assured him that, no matter what the result, you've done good. You're in the title fight. That's all that matters. So he is fighting for the title on Saturday. We are very, very, very excited. I will bring you videos of both. So you're about to see Oscar's debut, which is going to be a little bit freaky. Trust me on this one. And you're about to see Jack's championship match as well. Speaking of which, EVW, Evolution Wrestling, I've got a lovely shiny new YouTube channel where you'll be able to see free matches, and you'll also be able to see all the other bits and pieces that come up for there. But it is brand new, so the content's pretty low on it at the moment. But if you would like to see for yourself, you'd like to get some free wrestling as well, I'm going to put the link down below, right? It'd be doing us a massive favour if you could scooch on over there, take a look and have a sub. It's free wrestling. It's free wrestling matches. And then every time one pops up, you can watch it for free. There are 2 great matches on there at the moment. There's a fantastic women's match on there. Really, really good. There's also a main event of a show we went to see in December, where it is the current world champion CJ Rollins, Charlie Sterling, and from WWE, NXT, and TNA and Impact, Eric Young in a triple threat match. It's a really good match. It's well worth your time. We're sat in the front row. You never know, you might be able to spot us. But it's really good, and it's absolutely free. All you got to do is go to the channel down below, scooch on over there, and you will see videos pop up every now and then of free matches. And who knows, you might get a handsome Jack Heartthrob match on there at some point, so it's definitely worth checking out. If you want to get tickets to any of the shows after you've seen it, here are the next 3 shows that are coming up from EVW. Here they are. You can get tickets to all of them right now. So you can get tickets to those, and it's only a tenner. You get so much wrestling for your money. You're getting a 3-hour show for 10 quid. And again, if you're not sure about it, if your only memory of British wrestling is Big Daddy and Giant Haystacks and 1, 2, 3, all that stuff and World of Sport, it ain't that. Believe me, this ain't your granddad's wrestling. This is superb. Check the matches out of the link down below, and you'll see for yourself the sort of quality and caliber of wrestling is next level. It's absolutely mind-blowing, and it's well worth your time. But again, you'd be doing us a massive solid if you could visit that site, give it a subscribe. What else have we got coming up? Loads, man. So again, so I'm out all day Saturday at the wrestling. I am. So I'm at the Kids Academy show in the afternoon, and then me and Jackie are going to the Adults Academy show in the evening to scope out the competition before it's a little bit older. So that's my whole day. And then on Sunday, which is going to be lovely because we don't get to do this very often, we're having a very big family dinner to kind of celebrate Oscar's debut and Jack's title match. Again, win or lose, we don't know, but it's if he wins, brilliant. If he doesn't, he main evented, and that's all that matters. So the grandparents are coming round, and we're going to have a nice big family dinner, and I can't wait for that. It's been way too long since we did that, and it's going to be nice. So that's the problem, I suppose, that I do have a life outside of YouTube. So it's my time's limited this week, unfortunately, but I am banging in as much as I can. I mean, immediately after this video, I'm going to build 107 of the Disney Doll's house, possibly 108. But Disney Doll's house I will be up to date this week. I'm determined to make it to 110 this week, and then when the next 4 turn up next week, I'm ready for it. So yeah, that's the plan. If Titanic turns up on time, I'll have those all up Saturday morning. If it turns up tomorrow, Friday, that'll be even better. If it turns up Friday, that'd be fantastic because I'll just fire them out. But we'll get there. In between that, I've just got a ton of builds, man. I've got so many. The best laid plans of mice and men, you know. I've got these ones that I want to do that I just don't have the time to do. But again, I have got a whole week off. It's going to be divine. So I have got the last week of March off. Kids are on holiday for Easter. I've got that week off, leading into Easter weekend. So I'm going to just model like a madman. That's the plan. I'm gonna get as much of that in as I can. Clear some backlog. I'm gonna have a rearrange of the build room as well. When I've done that, I'm going to give you So a lot of people have asked for it, a video, just a tour of the room. So you can see what's on the mystery shelves behind me. You can see what's in the mystery cupboard over there. You can see what's on the walls, and you can kind of see the stuff I've got in the room. So I've had loads of people ask me for it. It's going to be a bit of an anticlimax, because it is what it is. When people ask, you ask, I'll give it you. So that's what you want, that's what you'll get. But yeah, that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to rearrange the room because there's much needed doing. I'm going to finish Ecto 1 at Easter because it's one part and I'm like 2 parts of it. Scott, just put your big boy pants on and get it done. So I'm going to do all of the brick builds I've got. It's going to be nice, man. It's going to be really nice. I have bought the next models for the mystery build. So I've got one more mystery build here to do. That will be going up. But I've bought the next set of mystery builds as well. And I'm looking forward to them. They're going to be fun. So we'll ease those in as well. And it's all going to be good. I've been having conversations this week about the 89 Batmobile that Fanhome were kind of teasing. That's on trial in France at the moment. And I felt like a bit of a dick when I kind of badmouthed it, because everyone else was saying how wonderful it was. And I'm like, why can't they see what I'm seeing? It was driving me mad. I'm thinking, maybe it's me. Well, it turns out more people have come round to that way of thinking now. And I've had quite a few of them contact me and go, you're right, there's something wrong with that. There's that. I know. And it's like, they've even done the measurements now. So the measurements come with issue 1 that show you, here's the dimensions. And actually compared to the actual dimensions of the car, the dimensions are right. It's about 2 inches too short. So it's like, right, they've shortened the bonnet. I knew they'd shorten the bonnet. Just looking at it, I can go, the bonnet's too short. I knew they had. So the dimensions don't add up. So it's not 1/8. It's not to scale. It's some weird, they've shortened it. And then we had a viewer of the channel contact us and tell us that they'd contacted Fanhome and asked them about it. And apparently the answer was, we know it's not accurate, but that's the closest we could get. I'm like, oh God, that's not. So I don't know. I mean, this is what's killing me. I've wanted this one for so long, man, and it's such a gut punch that it's not good. That it's like, ugh. Now, granted, all of this can be changed, right? But I don't want to be the canary in the cage, man. I don't want to be the guy that goes first and goes, they didn't change it, this sucks. So it's a tough one. Now, part of me is thinking, I might just build it, and if it sucks, just tell you how badly it sucks. But I don't want to make a video of me just whining about something. So it's weird. It's a difficult one for me. I don't know what to do. Because I still want to build it, even though it kind of sucks. It's an 89, and I'm thinking when they could do the 89 again. It's just disappointing that they've gone, that'll do. And that's what's come out. And if everyone's going, that's wonderful, I want one, that they won't change anything. So it's, if like me, you've looked at it and gone, what have they done to that? Tell them, contact them and say, what have you done to this? That ain't right, fix that, sort it. Otherwise, if you tolerate this, your Jurassic Park Explorer will be next. So it's it's what it is. Nothing from Hachette, all quiet on the Hachette front, which is weird. It's really weird because normally, I'd say the last 3 years, they've dropped 2 builds at the start of the year. So the year Titanic launched, Disney Doll's House launched at the same time, literally within 2 weeks of each other. So Titanic launched in December, and then it was a couple of weeks later they launched the Doll's House. And then last year, they did the Tumbler, and they did the Alien. Now, the Alien took a little longer, but the Alien, it was at the start of the year, so they did those 2. Nothing from them yet. So unless something's just all of a sudden going to blindside us, I don't know, it's a bit weird. I suppose, no. I was going to say, I suppose they did the U-boat, but the U-boat sort of filled that sort of midsummer slot they do. So they did the midsummer with the year before they did Stobart, then they did the U-boat, and then, I don't know, it's a bit of I just genuinely thought we would have seen or heard something from Hachette at this point, and we've seen and heard nothing, which is quite surprising. They've got a new cross-stitch out at the moment, a Peter Pan thing. Peter Pan. I don't know what is going on with that. Peter Rabbit. I keep calling Peter Rabbit Peter Pan. I don't know why. But there's a new Peter Rabbit cross-stitch out, but that's it. So I don't know. It just seems unusual. I genuinely thought we would have seen something. And of all the stuff they've kind of teased, I'm amazed we haven't seen something. I was genuinely was expecting to see Batman. So I thought that buildable Batman figure was going to appear, and it hasn't yet. So that's surprising to me. Now, I don't know if they're waiting for the Tumbler to finish before they do another Batman build, or if it's just not coming here at all. I have seen them building it in France, and there is a lot of issues dedicated to the utility belt, like a lot of utility belt issues. It's like, I'm not building it, because for me it just looks a giant action figure. Now I know Iron Man over here has got a bit of that going on, but not really. I think the Iron Man and the RoboCop are wildly different to action figures, whereas the big Batman just looks like an action figure. And you can get giant action figures for a lot less than what that thing's going to cost to build. So, not interested. I don't want a giant Batman. I just don't want a giant Batman. Don't want it. Don't need it. Don't want it. And for the money that's involved in buying that giant Batman, for me, you can get a far nicer Batman statue. So if I wanted a big kind of model of Batman, I'd buy a very expensive statue, which would still cost less than what that very large plastic Batman's going to cost. It's a choice of preference. If you want to build it, I'm not knocking you at all. But for me personally, it's a pass for me on that one. But we've not seen the Interceptor, so they did the Interceptor, the Mad Max one. We've not seen that appear. I don't think we're ever going to see Starsky and Hutch. Starsky and Hutch apparently was trialed over here. It's had its full run in France, and it's never appeared over here. But again, that's one that they could just go, bam, here it is. God, come out of nowhere. But yeah, I don't know. I find it's odd that we've seen nothing from Hachette, especially when they've got one coming to an end. Because Stobarters, I'm not one of you, but that thing looks like it's damn near ending. And they're also nearly coming to the end of the Doll's House as well. So the Doll's House will end in, what are we now, March? 2 months. So in 2 months' time, the Doll's House comes to an end, kind of. So the main run of the Doll's House finishes. If they do the extension, which I imagine they would, I can't see why they wouldn't. If they do the extension, the Doll's House is running for another 2 years. If they don't, that's it. So that's Stobart and the Doll's House disappeared from their site completely. You'd think they'd fill that with a couple more. I don't know. But we'll see. I really want to do that Interceptor. I think the Interceptor was really nice, and it's been ages since I built a car. So I think I'm building a Tumbler. I don't class the Tumbler as a car. Is that weird? Do you get what I'm saying with that? I don't class it as a car. It is a car, but I don't class it as one. So I'd like to do the Interceptor. I think it's nice. I genuinely do. So we'll see with that one. I'm at a loose end at the moment when it comes to what I want to do next, because nothing has really grabbed me. E.T. has. E.T.'s looking great. I've been watching Penny build the E.T. and E.T.'s looking good. And I'm gutted I'm not building E.T., but it just came out at the wrong time for me. So I'm sensible with budget and whatnot, and I have to be very strict with, I know you want it, but you don't need it, and you got to be smart with your budget. So it was that or the Lancaster. I chose the Lancaster, and I'm happy with my decision. That said, that ET is nice, man, and I kind of wish I was doing it, but again, no idea where I'd put him. I'm looking around thinking, actually, I think I can find a home for him, but yeah, I don't know. It's I think he's shaping up to be something really nice, and you can tell early on from the parts. You're thinking, this is looking good, and I think it's looking good. I genuinely do. So that's the only one that's really, I thought, yeah, I'd like to do that one. The rest of them are kind of like, meh, maybe. I really wanted to build the Lotus. So the Spy Love Me Lotus, I really, really, really wanted to build that until I saw it, and now I really, really, really don't want to build it. It's wrong in it, but I was hellbent that was the one that's definitely getting built. And then when I saw that it's in sub mode only, I'm like, ugh. And it's that just turned me off. It just immediately turned me off. I was kind of hoping that you'd have it where you could have it either or. You know, you could fold the wheels in or whatever. You could choose which way you made it. It disappointed me. And I know I'm not the only one, because I don't know. It looks nice. I'm sure it looked great when it's in the stand and whatnot. But nah, I wanted a Lotus and have the option of turning it into the sub if I wanted to, you know. But that's not what they've done. They've just gone, this is what you're having. And the expectation was high for that because of what they did with the No Time to Die Aston Martin, where you could have it damaged or you could have it clean. And you got the options. You got both options to do that. It wasn't like you got to pick one or the other. You could add the stuff to make it damaged. And I was kind of hoping that was going to be the case with the Lotus, where it was going to be, okay, well, you can either put the wheels on it or you can put it as a sub or you can switch them out. They didn't. It's sub or nothing. I'm like, ah. So that was a bit of a disappointment. So again, it sort of has thrown my plans out the window because I'm not building it now. I don't want it. So it's tough. It's tough. There's nothing that is really jumping out at me that's going, this one. 89 Batmobile would have been, had it have not been, yeah, what it is. But it is what it is. Thank you for all your emails. I've had a lot of emails. I will tell you again, fake subscriber guy, I don't get message him. Don't message me, message him. If you've got an issue with him doing it, message him and say to him, dude, what? Because I'm not gonna do it for you. So it doesn't bother me. It doesn't affect me. It doesn't bother me. So I'm not the guy. So that's all I'm saying on that. I've had a lot of emails and messages about Fanhome customer service as well. So I mentioned on the last one that a lot of Americans weren't receiving their Ecto 1 parts. Well, I then got messaged by a lot of UK Ecto 1 subscribers that said the same thing. They haven't received Ecto 1 parts either. That's pretty bad. Now, there is definitely something going on with shipping at the moment at Fanhome. What? I don't know. Now, they've claimed it's piracy and God knows what else. Okay. And there's nothing we can do about it. Well, there is. You can put it on a plane. Ta-da! You just don't want to pay. So there definitely is something you can do about it. But there's definitely something going on. The reason why is because I should have been charged for the gauntlet 2 weeks ago and I haven't. So the gauntlet appeared as your gauntlet package is being prepared 2 weeks ago, and it featured the nano gauntlet that we didn't get. Then the nano gauntlet disappeared from the order, so it was on there. Now it's not on there, and I haven't been charged. I haven't been billed. It's like 2 weeks now, and I haven't been billed, which is a little unusual. Now, at least they haven't taken the money and then not sent something. That's a plus, because that's the normal sort of model trick. So that's not happened. They haven't took the money and not sent the goods. They just, it's in this perpetual state of, yeah, we're preparing it. But it's been 2 weeks, which is weird, because normally I get billed around about the first of the month. And here we are halfway through this month. Nothing, no bill. So there's clearly something going on with shipping. I would imagine it probably is true. They probably are having slow boat around pirates. And when you hear pirates, please, as I've said before, don't think Blackbeard, grog for the men. And it's more think Arsenal tops from 3 seasons ago and Kalashnikovs. That's the sort of pirates they're dealing with. But you can put stuff on airplanes, boys. You can. And if they're like, oh yeah, but it's the extra expense. Yeah, but when people start cancelling on you and then they start rethinking whether or not they're going to subscribe to any of your models again, you should probably just put it on an airplane. Just my advice. And I live by that sword, man. I've gone through this myself, gone through it at the moment, and it's like, okay, this is going to suck, but we're going to have to put it on an airplane. You're not going to have to keep doing it, but this one, we're just going to have to bite the bullet, put it on an airplane. Just make people happy, otherwise it's going to upset our customers, and they're going to go somewhere else because they do have lots of options. I'm not trying to tell you how to run your business, but as a customer, I'm just saying that's kind of what we expect. Am I wrong? I don't think I am. So US customers, UK customers, European customers have all been in touch with me to say the same thing. They're not receiving parts of Ecto. Some have said they're not receiving parts of Gauntlet. Millennium Falcon seems to be unaffected. I think, as far as I'm aware, everyone's receiving their Millennium Falcons as normal. The other one as well that I think people are saying that I've not heard anyone say they had a problem with is 66, even though that's the one they said was going to be delays. Everyone got their first ones. They're probably going to get delays on their second packs unless they've already received their second packs. But that's it. That's beyond that. No, I think everything else is okay. But Ecto 1, there's definitely delays on. DeLorean I've not heard much of. I don't think there's many people still building the DeLorean because the DeLorean's old now. You know, it's got to be a handful of people must still be building it. But no one's contacted me to say DeLorean. But Ecto One, a lot of people have said I just haven't had parts, and they've said this isn't recent as well. So as much as pirates, I'm like, yeah, but you've not sent people stuff since November, so there weren't pirates in November. What's happening? You know, so I understand it, and as I said, it must be really frustrating to be in that position because I was one of you. I got Eagle Mossed like the rest of you. So then to have someone come in as your savior for that same person to turn around and kind of Eagle Moss you sucks. But let's just, I mean, they need to communicate. This is what the problem we have with Eagle Moss. They need to tell us. And just putting out one random thing on a social media page that maybe not everyone saw that you're currently dealing with piracy. You need to send emails out to people. That's what you need to do. So in the very unlikely event anyone from Fanhome is actually watching, you need to contact your people again and say, look, just to update you, this is what's happening. Because what people can't stand is silence. I'm sure if they had we appreciate that this is taking way longer than we expected. We are working on it. And as soon as we've got something to tell you, we'll tell you. Put something else out. Don't just leave people quiet because it's not good. It's not good business. It just isn't. What I've been watching, Walking Bloody Dead. So I'm still on the Walking Dead, but I am getting to the end of it. Thankfully, it's been a lot. We are going to the movies. We're going to see Ghostbusters: Frozen Empire on Monday the 25th. I want to go on the weekend, but we can't. We got stuff to do that weekend, so I'm gutted. So I've got to kind of go on a social media blackout until the Monday comes so we can see it. It's crazy that we started building this one over here before Afterlife was released. And when I finish it, Frozen Empire has been filmed, made, released. It's just like, wow, that's insane. But yeah, it is what it is. I did mention the live stream last week, and we're going to be building this one. And then, like the genius that I am, I didn't actually put the link down below so you can get one. So I will add the link to this one. So this is where you can get one from. You can either get it from rokr Direct or you can get it from Amazon. You don't have to get it from either of them. If you just Google rokr electric guitar, find it for the best price you can find it for and get it for that one. I haven't confirmed yet what day we're doing the live build. It's either going to be Saturday or Sunday night over Easter weekend. That's when we're going to do it. Possibly Sunday night, I don't know. But it's going to be Easter weekend. It's going to be either the Saturday or the Sunday night. I will confirm by next Wednesday. I'll confirm exactly when we're going to do it because I know where I am and what we're going to be doing. But that's what we're going to do. So we're all going to get together. We're going to have a few drinks, a few laughs, and we're going to build ourselves a little wooden guitar. If you want to paint that guitar, you can paint that guitar as well. So don't wait for the build. The actual panel of the guitar is on one of the sheets. You don't need to take it out. If you want to paint it in advance, and then when we build it, you've got a different kind of guitar already done. I'm just going stock. I like raw wood. I love the raw wood look of rokr models. So the temptation's always there to paint them, and I would like the idea of it, but I just dig the raw wood look, man. I just think it's. Oh, I've got one I can show you, not to hand. I do actually. I've got Big Ben to hand. I like the raw wood look. I just do, and I think if I painted this, I think it would lose something. I like the fact it's a wooden model that looks like a wooden model. I like that. I'm not going for ultra realism on a little wooden electric guitar, but I like it. I like the little amp and whatnot, and I think it'll be fun. The strings I know are going to be a bloody nightmare, but we'll get through it. We just have to not get drunk before we do the strings. That'll be our kind of right. Let's go easy on the booze. We'll do the strings. And once we do the strings, all bets are off. And hey, let me tell you, if you've never done this before, we'll definitely have one on the channel. So if you want to have a drink with me on the channel at Easter, what you're going to need is a Lindor bunny. So if you know the Lindor bunnies that come out with the little bell and whatnot, you're going to need one of those, and you're going to need some Baileys and a straw, right? And what we're going to do is we're going to unwrap our Lindor bunny, we're going to bite his ears off, and then we're going to take our Baileys and we're going to fill the bunny with Baileys, and we're going to use him as an edible chocolate cup. It's amazing, seriously. So that's our Easter drink. We're going to drink Bailey's coffee liqueur out of a mutated Easter rabbit. That's what we're going to do. It's a lot of fun. I'll also show you how with very careful unwrapping, you can make your bunny look. It's my party trick for the kids. I love it. I do it every year. I'll just take little bits of the foil off, and you can unwrap them like now he's an underwear. Then you can take a bill from it's like, now he looks like Rey Mysterio. Then you take a bit more off. Now he's Batman. It's funny as hell. But we'll go through all that on the live. The link will be down below, so you can get the model. If it's not on there, it's because you just beat me to it, but it will be there. That's all from me. In a world where you can be anything at all, just be nice. You can contact us at buildingtheboys@outlook.com. Please don't contact me to tell me somebody's using fake subscribers, because I don't care. that's the way it is. But anything else, I'm all in. That's all from me. As I said, in a world where you can be anything at all, just be nice. Okay? Don't send nasty emails, just be nice. I will see you very, very soon for more from Building the Boys. Take care, and I will see you then.